Good evening, Laurent. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
That was a quick game, man. Like, I have a flight to catch in the morning, but that was maybe a bit too fast. So let's look through it. First of all, how is Corey fitting now after this? Do you think it's finally in? It's finally there?
I mean, like, he's been there for a few weeks now. I think he's doing great, but I think he can still do better, like everybody in the team. Like, we still have way to go if we want to be the best. And in the end, our objective is to win major, to win invitationals. So we still have a long way to go before being up there.
All right. Well, I want to focus on the operator bans first, because I think there are some interesting things to be said. This is consulate, and usually you don't really see a Capitao ban. That was coming out from you guys. So what was the mindset behind it, and what were you planning to do with it?
So we watched the VODs, and we know that they like Capitao. They play it a lot. Whereas, like, when it's open, we do play it as well. But we're also confident on other smoke operators, like Greylock, for example. So, like, we feel like it would make them, like, more uncomfortable than it would make us uncomfortable. So we decided to go for that ban to really try to, like, put them in the worst place we could possibly put them with the attack bans.
Was there any specific position that you planned on using after that Capitao ban or through that Capitao ban?
Not really. We still even with the ban, we still go for our own gameplay and our own like how we want to play. So like, it really didn't impact us that much.
In general, you had pretty good control throughout the whole game. I mean, there's not really much to say because there was only one round where Penta got the advantage over 5v3 early on. Now, I said my own points of how Alfama was able to make the decision at that point. I want you to tell me, though, what was happening as you were listening through the comms of the team. Finally be the round that they can put up on the board. Alfama, the roaming Mira, moving in from behind his opponents, and you should be hearing that drone being destroyed. So
this is a big risk, taking your Mira out of play when they're attacking Garage.
But because there's nobody on the drone, because Penta did not lose a single player, Alfama is able to move because he knows that there's nobody going to be watching those drones consistently and swiping through them. So he actually has a pretty darn good shot at finding the perfect angle. So far, he's just maneuvering his way slowly behind his opponents. The Twitch just has no idea. He finds the kill on enemy and falls on back. Corey with another one as the Thermite falls down, as well as the Diffuser. Going to turn around the corner here as Alfama pulls out the shotgun. Oh no, it hits right next to the Ash. Turns around to try and hit it, and Ravon finally eliminated as Hungry will turn this into a 2v2. A drop from Hicks, one on the site. Now it turns to one.
It's just like the Alfama moves, you know? Like we have a lot of information. We had a lot of information on them. We knew where they were, and Alfama just like went for it, like trusted its guts and went for the move to try to get back the advantage. And once again, he did very well.
Yeah, something I was talking to Devin about, and I really want you to tell me if this is wrong or not, is that because all 5 players from Penta were still alive, Alfama knew that there would be nobody cycling through the drone because they have such a big advantage. And that was why he was able to move around, not even destroy a single one of the drones on his way up, because there was one waiting for him as well in the back. So well, I don't know if that goes into it.
I don't know, like even when we're 5 alive, we still have someone going from time to time going through the drones. So I don't know if it's the case or not for them. I know that for us it is. So I don't think it really comes to mind. Like if you see a drone and the drone is activated, then you fall back. Yeah. Because you know, like they're expecting you. If you see the drone with its back, you know they're not on it, so you can still like go for a move because you know they're not watching.
Yeah. That's exactly what we had there, but overall, I mean, it's an excellent sheet. It's 7-0. It's as clean as it can get. So, at the end of it, anything you'd like to say to all the fans out there, not just for EU Pro League, but because next week you'll be in Valencia for the minor.
Well, like all the time for every week, like thanks a lot for the support. We're seeing our support grow and grow through the weeks and through our performances. And it really motivates us to push ourselves even harder. So thank you very much for the support.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Laurent. Congratulations again on your 7-0. The first one of EU. So, we'll see what happens with that later. I'm sure there will be a nice celebratory dinner at the end of it. But thank you very much. And
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, guys.
Bonsoir, Bastien. How are you this evening?
I'm good, and you?
it was pretty good so far. I mean, we've had pretty exciting matches, and your match against Chaos was very, very close. We were expecting it to go the distance in the 7-5. It was definitely a hard-fought battle. Now, looking back at this, what really seemed to be the most difficult thing for you as Vitality to deal with from Chaos and what they were bringing?
We know that Chaos is a very good team. They proved it in the first play days. And even in Las Vegas, we played them, they 7-0 us. And so we need to take our revenge. So we work well hard on their play style. We know that they love play duels, like gunfights. They are very good in gunfights. So we say, guys, just be more confident than them and play our game style focus, and it will be okay. And it works, so it's okay. We're happy.
I think a big question on a lot of people's minds is, why was Stiggy playing today instead of anybody else, really? Is this a tryout, or...?
We play with Stiggy since maybe 2 or 3 days, because Sneaky is not available to play now. So we are now in communication in English, so it's a little bit hard at the beginning, but we did pretty well, and we win our first match with him, so we are happy, and Stiggy is happy too for his first match in Pro League. So all good.
Well, all good, but you guys were playing extremely well, specifically yourself, Biboo. There's a lot of rounds where you were playing, Mozzie or any other operator, and you were putting a lot of frags on the board. You ended up with 15-8 at the end. How was the communication between yourself and everybody on the team to allow you, and I want to say specifically on your defensive rounds, to go out and find secretly in renewals pretty much every single round on your runouts?
We know them extremely well. We practiced them like 2 weeks ago, so I was okay. They maybe changed some things, but they changed not a lot of things. So I know that Winners was playing the main, so I can pick him was because he's solo, and they want to play Qual, who was bandit tricking the garage. So I take the risk to pick the buck and I kill him. But all the info of my mates was good. They tell me how to pick and when, so I trust them, and it was perfect.
And because you were playing the Mozzie, how many times do you remember that you were able to capture drones to use in the round? Because we haven't really been able to see that much of it from a direct POV.
I'm sure that I capture one because it was in the defense in toilets. But I don't think I capture a lot of drones, but it was just a lot of denial of droning. They can't destroy my pests without coming in building, so I was pretty safe in my toilets.
Staying in there and relaxing. It's at home. You feel at home on consulate, especially when you can feel happy in the toilet. I think that's something we can all agree on. But Bastien, anything you'd like to say to all the fans out there, specifically since Vitality, you and the entire team are going to DreamHack Valencia next week for Fight in the Minors.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to all the supporters, all the staff, because we have hard days since Sneaky is not available to play. Thanks to all my mates who are just doing an amazing job with the English communication. They try to be the most available possible to help Stiggy to be in a good conditions. And thanks to all the fans, thanks to Vitality, and see you for a next match at DreamHack Valencia.
Thank you very much, Biboo. We'll see how your run turns out there. You're in the run for qualification at the Raleigh Major yet again, as we saw you in Vegas. Congratulations on your victory against Chaos, a 7-5, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Hiya.
Evening, Doki. Again, we keep seeing you on here. What is going on? Navi winning their matches, and this was actually a tight one. Mousesports were not looking too hot at the start of the season. What really confused you or put you on edge against them?
Well, we know that Consulate is one of Mouse's best maps, so we knew it wasn't going to be a easy win, so to say. So I think they put up a really good attack. Even though they only won 2 rounds, it was still pretty aggressive. They did a lot of rushes, much like ourselves. They managed to walk into top floor bomb site 2 rounds in a row, which kind of was like, threw us off guard a bit. We were kind of getting annoyed at each other. But yeah, we knew how they played it. We know how we play it. We're very good at playing it, and I think that showed.
So round number 2, let's talk about the couple of clutches against you, because I want to hear how the communication was, at least from your perspective. So in round number 2, Boonsey wins the 3v1 clutch as there's a projector plant. Second time, Sleben 1v3 ace as well on Ash for projector again. Is that a weakness from you or just a strength in play from Mouse?
We can just blame Nello for that one. He was pinging on the cams. We had a cam in meeting. I mean, I don't know if it was Nello, but he's easy to blame. So we just blame that on Nello. So definitely his fault. For the Boonsey one, Sleben's Ash, we just played that terribly. We could have defused. We didn't have the right angles held. Communication was poor and all that. So yeah, that was just our fault, to be honest.
So there was also Gonfi as well, getting an ace as well on the east windows. It was on defense. And what was the strategy as well to go through there? Because it was console defense for Mousesports, and we didn't really see much aggression coming the way of the admin office.
Well, they invested a lot of people in top floor or admin office, especially when they're holding garage. They had like 2 guys top floor, just kind of running about. So we didn't really want to contest that. It's hard to do, especially if you have mute jammers everywhere. We didn't bring the Thatcher for the first couple of rounds, which slowed our droning down a little bit. So yeah, they were just running about top floor. They had full control, and we didn't want to contest that. So we swapped about a bit and went for a yellow push.
And it leads me into the final point. Round number 10, you guys spotted some sort of hole in the defense of Mousesports, and then you rushed with your thermite to enter the garage. Walk me through it, and what sort of information led you to go for that sort of plan?
Peek this time. Sleben as well has got to be careful. He's been dying a little bit early sometimes as well on some of these defensive rounds as the Jaeger.
He's been slapping here and there, but
didn't slap too. This is early.
Okay. There's the yokais that should be available, right? Kendra will snipe one off, and he finds the headshot onto Jonas. Pulls on back. Diffuser set. It's a 5v4 advantage fully for Navi, and air jabs will be launched everywhere.
Kendra just goes garage is clear, 5-man through the breach, and that's exactly what we do. So if he makes a call, we listen to it. And it's the same as the round before when they were defending lobby. Kendra said anti-chamber, the thing that connects piano and lobby, it's completely clear. And he was like, Nello repel, and then he listened right away and he went in and just took control of the site. So it's just good from Nello. So yeah, well played.
Yeah, sometimes Nello has some good plays, right? Yeah. Every now and then.
Sometimes. I'm kidding. Nello's a great player.
All right, well, with that said, I guess all is going well for Navi. You guys are playing fantastically, and you will also be at DreamHack Valencia next week for the minor. You're in the group with LeStream and Rogue, a tough one as well for a lot of people looking at it. This is the group of death. Anything to say to your fans and in preparation for Valencia next Friday?
I mean, in my opinion, we've beat all the top teams. We've beat G2. We practice against the top teams all the time. We are ready to play any team that we face. Latam, Asia, whatever you bring at us, we're ready for that. So thank you again to all the fans. Thank you to Navi. We really appreciate it. And thanks for the cast, guys.
All right. Thank you very much, Doki. Those are fighting words and a lot of fisticuffs being thrown out. Well, we'll see what happens next week. Thank you very much. And congratulations again on your victory against Mousesports. Good night.
Okay, see you later. Bye.